Here's something we're super good at, evolving creatures to thrive. Or leave them in a perpetual state of suffering. We'll see how it goes. The first thing I need to do is feed my little blob of jelly some ammonia. We need to keep it fed and then we can start evolving it into some disaster. Okay, it looks like ammonia level is all full. Let's feed it some other stuff. This looks like it's going to be a very detailed sciencey type game. Luckily, I can make up for my lack of scientific knowledge by adding more body parts. Pretty sure that's how that works anyways. Okay, so now that I gave it a single spike, my ATP production is too low. That's what keeps me alive. So I'm going to add cytoplasm. That turns glucose into ATP.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
That's going to go right here. And then it still doesn't seem very happy with that, so we're going to add another one back here. And then it's like a snake with a spike on the front of it. And then we can change our appearance later too. It's going to cause just things like mobility, but it's going to add things like health and toxin resistance. So now I'm a blob with a spike on the front of it. This is honestly a pretty good start. I just need basically this, but with like 1,000 more spikes on it. I think I found my first combatants, though they don't really seem to want to fight me. Okay, and these are definitely enemies, but good luck getting past my spike. I've already designed the perfect organism. What is this stuff? Can I eat this? Is this good for anything? I mean, it's kind of fun to play with. I just thought it might be useful to me in some way. Okay, I've definitely got a lot of glucose on me now, so I can stay alive for a little while. But I need to keep finding ammonia and phosphate, that way I can keep leveling this thing up. So I again have another 100 mutation points to spend, so I think we've earned another spike. And of course, our ATP production is too low, so I'm going to add metabolosomes. And hopefully that's going to help. We're going to put that maybe right here. That way we have a nicely balanced creature. Then maybe one more cytoplasm thing, and that's probably going to help feed me. This is, of course, just a theory, as is pretty much anything I'm going to do in this game, but I'm going to enjoy it. As long as I have spikes and can ram things, I'm happy. The species might be doomed to not last a real long time, but it's going to be an enjoyable existence. And I think I'm auto-evolving as I go because I'm producing more and more spikes with the more I eat. So I'm going to sit here and gather more stuff while adding more spikes manually. Next, I'm going to add what's called a thylakoid. Produces glucose. I think that's going to be helpful because we seem to need glucose at all times. So we're going to start to add some speed pretty soon too, because I want to be an uncontrollable ball of spikes hurtling through the ocean. Because if this place can't be safe for me, I'm going to make sure it's not safe for anybody. I wonder if I could just make myself so big that I'm basically penetrating everything all at once. I am getting bigger though. The more and more I eat, I slowly get bigger and add more spikes. You can see the difference. That guy's a 2-spiker, he's got 3. I've got 4 already. So now let's see what we can add to this to make it extra stupid. If I add a flagellum, maybe to the rear of the equation, that puts my speed up to 40.7 and makes my size really big, though I'm pretty concerned about ATP production. Maybe we'll take the metabolosome. Turns glucose into ATP. I think if I start doing this too quickly, I won't be able to get enough glucose to keep up, but I need something to keep this alive for now. Which is where all that extra speed's gonna come in handy. There we go, now we got a little tail and we can move that much quicker and eat that much faster. I don't mean to scare anyone, but this actually seems to be working not bad so far. There are some other creatures that will try and kill me, but I'm quicker than they are because I have a tail and they don't. And there's a lot of things trying to kill me, but I think some of my friends are trying to kill them, so now is my chance. Ramming speed, we're gonna get into it with the spikes and get ourselves murdered. That's okay, we get to start again and just keep eating up a storm. I think the next thing I'm going to have to work on for my little weirdo is keeping it fed better, because it's turning glucose into other stuff at a pretty good rate. But maybe I should add rusty cyanin, because that turns iron into ATP. And we're getting a lot of iron and we're not really doing anything with it yet, so we're going to add one of those, I don't know, back there maybe? That slowed our speed down a bit, so we're just going to add another tail to make us quick again. We're going to put this one over here because that's nice and balanced. And then the game isn't super happy with that, so I'm going to see if I can delete that. The only question now is, do we add more spikes or tails? I think we need some side impact safety needles. So we're going to put one over there and everything's so happy so far. We add a tail, or is that going to be too much for my little idiot? Nope, definitely cannot. So we're going to undo that and maybe add a feeder thing. Added another green thing that's going to help keep me fed. Our size is 13, our speed is 31.5. We're going to need more speed pretty soon, but at least I have a side spike now. Oh. Well, I never said my evolution was going to be perfect. In fact, I'm pretty sure I stated it was going to be a complete disaster, and I stand by that promise. It is also the loneliest creature in the universe. There is literally nothing nearby. Ooh, look at that thing. It's glowing the wrong color. This creature is great because my self-defense mechanism is just spin in circles and impale everything around me. Okay, this time I just added a few more glucose creators. That way I can create more glucose to keep myself fed. Eventually I can add some things to convert those into other things, and then I can add more spikes and speed. Evolution is a process, and one that I've very finely tuned to absolute perfection. I mean, just look at it. It's the physical embodiment of perfect. Look how many spikes I have now. I finally realized how I can eat some things. I've just got to go like that and kind of hover onto them, and then I can absorb all their crap, which I think feeds me, but it's kind of hard to get it in through all the spikes. But that also gave me a lot of everything, so I'm going to continue to eat things, which means I need more spikes. But for this next spending of mutation points, I've just added a little bit more ATP production, but next time I got lots of room to add spikes or maybe an extra tail. The laws of evolution dictate you can never have too many body parts. In fact, the more the better. I am feeling a little bit vulnerable on my right side. Got most of everything else covered, but if something attacks me from the right, I gotta spin in circles super fast. I feel like I should be learning something as I play a game like this, but I'm really not. I think this is somehow making me stupider. I managed to murder a few creatures before getting myself murdered, and I was very excited to eat all that. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling the lack of speed these days. Because things, if they try to get away from me, they generally can. But luckily for them, they're not very smart and don't have eyes, so that's really my only advantage. But I'm going to continue to consume every little thing I can. Alright, I've added a second tail to make myself move a little quicker, but I think that's all we can afford for this time. Actually, let me add another spike, so I'm going to take another spike. So we added one tail plus one more spike, because you can never have too much of a good thing. Did we go a fourth tail? I feel like we did. I'm not really sure what's happening anymore, but as long as I'm running around eating other things, I'm thriving. Like these guys, I've got way too many spikes for them to be able to deal with. These guys killed my friend over here, but I'm going to eat my friend's body parts, because that's what good friends do. But I think we're due for a spike on the rear. My ATP production is too low now, so we need to add more mass somewhere. My ATP production is still too low, but I'm pretty sure I can get away with this. I just need to eat lots of things. Like this volunteer. And there we go. Lots of food for me. And they're just flying at me now. Everything's evolving, but I'm evolving more spikes than they are, so I hold the advantage. Here's my chance for lots of food. Everyone come here. Get into the big spiky ball of death. Okay, never mind. They still hurt me pretty badly. This is a battle I need to take advantage of. Guys, those are my body parts. I designed you, I get to eat what I want. You guys all go away. Look how many spikes I have now though. Nothing can get anywhere near me. I thought my spikes were bigger than theirs. That's not even fair. I don't get how any creature is able to defeat this thing. I didn't know extinction was possible, but it turns out that it is. That's okay though. We clearly didn't have enough spikes. Then by adding a bunch more cytoplasm, I put the ratio of food to expenditure rate way more into a more favorable area. So after this I can start to make it quicker, but for now I'm just making my blob bigger and bigger and less hungry overall. And I'm pretty sure this is one of those games where size matters. As long as I'm bigger than something else and it's a different species, I can eat it. So in theory I don't even need to be quick, I just need to be really big. Now there's lots of little creatures running around. You can just hear them running around just waiting for me to eat them. All sorts of variations of things too, but I'm pretty happy as a giant blob floating around, basically consuming things that run into me. Pretty soon we're going to be big enough that things just won't be able to avoid running into us. We're going to have our own gravitational pull. And we already got more upgrade points. Do we want to add more of these? These seem to really be helping me out, probably because there's a lot of oxygen around. Yeah, those are what we really want to do. It is going to be a bit of a fight for other things to gather up what little things are landing on the ground, but as long as stuff like this keeps happening, like we already are ready for another evolution upgrade. And as long as I keep adding these brainy things, our ATP production seems to be through the roof. So my strategy is basically that, keep making myself bigger and make sure I don't need to eat anything further. I'm very slow though. But this is the kind of creature that would rely just on things running into it. Pure luck. But even just consuming those two idiots gave me enough for another upgrade. But we're able to add a tail, which boosted our speed quite a bit. A single tail takes us from a speed of 24 to 36. So if we add another one, then we still have plenty of room left. This is going to get fun. I'm so much quicker now. I'm going to be able to actually chase things down and eat them. I don't have to wait for them to run into me anymore. This might be a little bit of a double-edged sword though, because I'm pretty sure the more tails I have and the faster I move, the faster I'm going to actually burn through my food, because I think that essentially is what propels me. Because while it's definitely fun to be faster, if I'm just going to constantly die because of my movement, that's not going to work for me at all. But I could probably catch this guy. Yep, he's dead. There you go. Thanks for the stuff and the upgrade points. So I've added more glucose production and more glucose transferring into ATP to hopefully balance this out just a little bit. Ooh, there's a big something here I can eat. I just ate that entire thing. But this creature somehow is actually thriving. I definitely need some glucose though now, because my creature is dying. Without glucose, it is going to die again, so that's kind of alarming. It is pretty big though, so I get why it's hungry. It survives by simply recklessly attacking anything nearby in hopes of consuming it. Like these little guys, they probably don't even see me. I'll take your stuff and be on my way. Oh, and you guys too while you're at. Wow, look at them all. Yeah, give me all your stuff. Oh, okay, perfect. That was the jackpot. I like how after all that, I get to grow a few more tails, simply because I defeated the enemies. That means I'm so fast that I can basically chase down anything and then charge into whole groups of them and destroy every last one of them. This creature will rule the world. Okay, so I think I want to remove one of these tails because I don't need to be that quick anymore. I have mass on my side. Then I think we're just going to try and have something produce glucose for a while. So I'm going to add one more green thing for now. We'll continue to add those while adding mass. Basically, as long as they're bigger than anything else, we win. And things don't seem to be smart enough to avoid me anyway, so I don't really need to be that quick. They'll basically swim straight into me. Because they're just not that smart, I can go right into the side of them and eat them like that, and then eat all of their friends, and then make myself bigger and eat even more of their friends. Oh good, it seems I've made a friend. A friend who doesn't realize he's the same size as me, so neither of us can eat each other. But that's fine, just keep running into me and annoying me. I've got nothing better to do with my time anyway. Okay, I do need to be careful of the spikes, they do still hurt. I still stand by the notion that this creature is perfect. It just needs lots of luck to survive, that's all. That doesn't mean it's imperfect. My favorite part is when this happens and all of these guys try and eat me despite the fact that they can't, so they really just push me around and annoy me until I die. And the best part is I'm pretty sure this is my own species. This is my creation. Backfired horribly on me because it just annoys me and kills me, and there's nothing I can really do about that. To be fair, they're probably just getting revenge on me because I did in fact create them, and they don't exactly have a very lively, fun existence. Okay, here we go again. Great guys, perfect. So right now I'm just hoping one of these two dies before I do, and then I get to eat their parts to keep myself alive for a few minutes. So it's just kind of a war of attrition at this point that I didn't win. There's not much of anything out there in the ocean. I swim like this until I see one of my own species, and then they come and push me until I die, so that could be a bit of a problem. Wait, there is hope. I don't know what that thing is, but it's much bigger than me, so we're going to stay away from that. But I also saw this little guy, and I could definitely eat one of these. We're back in business. We didn't kill everything yet. Okay, this is good. I'm getting bigger, and we're eating lots of things. And we've got our next upgrade. I'm just going to continue to add glucose producers on this thing for now because I need more glucose. And my friends are back. I don't know what they want with me because I'm of no benefit to them. But they are getting in the way because I want to go eat that other creature and they're pushing me out of the way. They are, however, dying. I'm going to eat this one over here and I'm going to go back and eat my friends because, again, that's what good friends do. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you guys trying to go this way? Don't mind if I do. I'm just going to eat all your parts and then move on with my day. So these parts produce glucose. Rate scale with concentration of carbon dioxide and intensity of light. So I might actually move locations to see if I can get more of that. Or I'll just kind of die out here in the ocean, lonely. I'm happy to report I am currently faster than the idiots without tails, so that's kind of nice. I can outmaneuver them for once. And then I've got all sorts of good stuff to eat down here. I've just got to be quick about it or something's going to kill me. There we go, another upgrade. Oh, I was clicking a button. That doesn't count. Well, that's mildly inconvenient, although not a great surprise. Okay, finally made it to the next evolution. Gonna see if I can find somewhere with more sunlight and carbon whatever. And of course, I can only move one spot at a time, and I'm currently at the deepest area. If I want to get to where it's sunny, I've got to go up a lot. So we're going to start working our way over. Do we want a nucleus? Allows for the evolution of more complex membrane-bound organelles. I don't know what that means. Whoa, look at the size of this thing. Yeah, let's throw that up front. I don't know what could possibly go wrong with that decision. Okay, so we're allowed to actually change some of the things about it once we have some evolution points and even the color of it. We're going to make it red, that way it's very dangerous and also very easy to see. I can officially confirm this creature, it does not do well in whatever this biome is. It basically goes nowhere before it just straight up dies. But I still kind of accomplished my goal. I created a creature that pretty much just exists to suffer. If that's not the spirit of evolution, I don't know what is.